Season 3 of WrestleMania season. Car Collage for the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. Nick Martinaro, this is our third installment of doing this. How you doing, man?
I mean, I'm good. Glad to be back. Another greatest season of the year, WrestleMania season.
And we have a special guest, Mr. Zach Droll, the Outlaw, joining us for this Season 3 of WrestleMania season. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yep, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things at WWE.
You still don't watch? Is that what you're trying to say?
I watch on occasions. I watch the highlights.
You're missing out, man.
There's so much going on.
Let's say it's hard for me to kind of after what happened after the pandemic and how Raw was. It's hard for me to.
Mm-hmm. But two of your favorites are on the product. Well, one got injured, but still. So we're here to have. I don't even know why this is even a segment, because it's beyond me that we're even having this conversation about who is Mr. WrestleMania. There's no question who is Mr. WrestleMania, but since Nick wanted to have this conversation last year and he kind of dibbled and dabbled around it and tried to come at me about it, and people are kind of questioning who is Mr. WrestleMania, we figured we'd have it as a formal debate. So people know where I stand with this question.
Might as well just get it out of the way.
No, please, by all means.
No, I think
because you want to challenge it.
Establish who you're going to say, just to put it out there.
It's Sean. We know it's Sean. There's no, I don't even know why we're having this conversation right now.
And I'm coming at this from a stance of, again, obviously, yes, you are correct. It is Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, all the matches he had. But as someone like me that started watching in 2007, I caught the tail end of Shawn Michaels' career. That doesn't diminish his career for me, so it's a legend career. But for me, when I think of WrestleMania, I think of Undertaker.
How?
Because you got to remember, my first WrestleMania was 25.
But you just said that you caught Shawn at the end of his career, right? You caught Taker at the end of his career, too. You didn't even see Taker in his prime for his matches.
The streak, though. Come on.
The streak.
I mean, I didn't look forward to Shawn Michaels matches every year at WrestleMania. I look forward to Undertaker's matches every year at WrestleMania.
So wait, you caught Shawn in 07, Shawn in 08?
No,
you said 09, right?
So
my
first was 25 because I caught.
So you caught two of Shawn's greatest matches. Like, you caught two of his best.
Yeah, but I mean, I missed like the best ones. I mean, I didn't see any of the hits. I saw again the two against Taker.
But again, we're talking a 40-year history here, right? We're not just talking the matches that you don't even WrestleManias you've seen. But again,
and that's why I wanted to establish my point as I understand that Shawn is in general, but as for me. If you ask me what WrestleMania, who do you think of? It's Undertaker.
Zach?
So I have two, because we talked about this off camera. Two in the sense of you have Roman, who has main evented 9 Manias back to back, whether it was Triple H, Brock Lesnar,
he missed one.
I don't know if it was back, because he wrestled Drew in 35, right?
No, yeah.
That wasn't
so 35, the main event was the woman.
Right.
But he's missed one Mania main event.
This is his ninth?
We're not counting 36.
I believe so. With the debate that we had, I believe it's his 9th. If you count both nights, because he's having the tag match and then the singles.
So Roman.
But if I went to put now with match quality, Seth. Seth has had some amazing matches. Him and Randy Orton with that iconic spot. The iconic RKO out of nowhere from the curb stomp.
31.
And then you have his match with the triple threat.
Okay.
Him, Finn, and Miz.
Great.
That was at what, 32?
Great opener, 34. That was the opener of 34.
And then you had the opener, the one in New York with him and Brock.
And don't forget 33 against Triple H. That was the story leading into that one was incredible.
That was the end. That's where I stole the intro when I came in last time to debate Mike. The show called Loyal to the E, right?
You're right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And it's like him coming in saying the show's called Takeover, right?
Right. So which entrance did you say that was again? When he did that, it was 30.
So where he said this show's called Takeover, right? Is when I think it was Takeover Brooklyn, right?
No, it was one of the random takeovers, but he knew Triple H was backstage, and he said, "Well, I want to confront him, so why not go to Takeover?"
Oh, he confronted him at Takeover.
Yeah, he hopped the barricade at Takeover and said, "Triple H, come out here. I know you're back there." And that was cool because that was a crossover we'd never seen before.
It's it's hard to put it's those two for me. Because when I came around the same time Nick did. My first Mania I ever watched.
25, relax.
I
wish I was young, Carl.
I purchased Mania 25 on DVD, watched the hell out of that, and then I got into it progressively. I started liking Cena because every kid growing up loves Cena.
Right. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys have your opinions, but they gave him the nickname for a reason.
Yeah.
He hasn't, you gotta let me cook. They gave him the nickname for a reason. As you said, the first Mania you watched, he got robbed of a main event that should have been the main event, and he didn't get it, right? That was 25, which was probably better than 26. Then you have 26, he went back-to-back, and you're like, wow, looking at this guy, like, he lost. How do you lose and you still make the main event look that good, right? Then he retired Flair, which is another great one. I'm sure you've went back and watched. He faced Jericho. He faced Kurt Angle. He had the triple threat at 20. Then he had the one, the one against, he put over Austin at 14.
That one though, that one doesn't get looked back on.
No, no one really knows.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, which people still question, right? Because if TK was here, he would have questioned it, right? Then he had the Iron Man match against Bret at 12, and then he had the ladder match against Razor at 10. So when you look at Shawn, again, he probably has a losing record if you go back and look at his record in WrestleMania, but his performances, his match qualities. Like, okay, yeah, you saw The Undertaker, but look at the match qualities for The Undertaker from the time you saw him past his prime. So which matches, I mean, you saw him face Triple H twice, right? You saw him face Shawn twice.
Shawn twice, Triple H twice, 28, the Hell in a Cell match. Still high on my favorite matches of all time. 29 against Punk, which should have been the main event, but clearly couldn't have been because it was Rock
Punk should have went over.
Well, that's a conversation.
30 with the streak. That moment, that was just insanity.
Insanity, of course.
And then 31, he faced Bray Wyatt, I believe.
Wasn't that good?
No.
32, he faced Roman?
No, 32, he faced Shane in the Hell in a Cell match. That was also really good because that was, he was down and he came a little back up on that match. That surprised me on that one. 33 was against Roman in the main event. It was my first Mania, so I have an attachment to that match. 34, he had the really weird storyline with Cena that he looked good and they only gave him like 5 minutes.
35, he didn't wrestle?
35, he didn't wrestle. 36, 7, 8, nah.
No, 35 was the Boneyard.
No, 36 was the
36 was the Boneyard because of COVID.
So 35, he didn't have a match?
No, because he was retired.
Listen, people could debate it back and forth. I'm an old school. It's hard for me to change my mind about Shawn because Shawn has had those incredible performances. But as WrestleMania goes on, you two may make a case. Roman may be it for the amount of main events that he's had.
It's all about eras. It's,
Fair. But again, I think Shawn kind of fits into Taker's era because you saw Taker at the tail end. The earlier Taker matches, you talk about when he faced Diesel or when he faced Triple H the first time that they tried to completely forget, right? When you talk about where he faced, Psycho Sid and he won the championship, I believe it was WrestleMania 13, right? So there were some earlier on Taker moments that we had, but it will forever be Mr. WrestleMania. From me, will always be
no
Shawn.
one's disagreeing with you there. Like, Shawn has had an amazing career. Sure, once again, I came at the tail end of it. I got to see, like, probably the PG DX in 2009, 2010, which was really fun as a kid growing up. I'll never forget it.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle, or Triple H trying to get him back, and he super kicks that little girl.
Right.
You can't do that again.
You
can never get that magic again, especially with today. I'll never forget staying up late watching that.
Yeah, those are awesome moments. But let us know out there who is Mr. WrestleMania in your opinion. Like, share, comment, subscribe.